everyone. I'm Julie.
And I'm Genny with a G. We're cousins and best friends
who live on opposite ends of the country. So we decided to start a podcast. Welcome to Get Funny.
Do you see my tan?
Yes, and you don't have a sunburn. Welcome back.
I did good this time. I did.
How
really
was
good.
it? How was Cancun?
Well, I'm officially a resort girly. I, never knew what it was like, and now that I know, why vacation any other way? I don't get it. You weren't angry at anybody because you weren't like waiting for people to get to the Uber. You didn't have to split an Uber because guess what? We didn't leave the property.
Okay.
You came down when you'd like. You ate what you liked. It was like separate but equal. And like, I love
Wow.
that.
Okay. Let's not.
It
the
was
Get Funny
great.
podcast is not a proponent of separate but equal. Just want to make that clear.
It was great. And we had a good time.
That's good. I'm so excited to go. Your like all your videos and stuff. I just want you to know, that I don't check Instagram every day, and sometimes I'll go like a week, which is crazy. But because I knew you were posting, I made an effort to log in more so I could see your Cancun stuff. So
it was awesome. The beach, the water was really rough, so we didn't actually spend time there. But the pool was amazing. The food, when it was good, it was great. When it was bad, it was not good.
Well, that's
but
okay. They can't all be winners.
No, it can't. And they also included a spa treatment. So that was cool. I got in the coldest water I've ever endured, and I don't know how people do it. The lady
what
said,
was the treatment?
It was called a hydro spa. So you had to do a series of showers pretty much and then do saunas. So we started with the sauna. I could not handle it. I did not realize how you have to like really get into a meditation, and I wasn't ready for it because literally I've never fainted, knock on wood. This is the moment I thought I was going to faint. I had to keep reminding myself, Jen, you could get up and open the door. They're not holding you hostage. Just get up and open the door. Because it was so much steam that I was like, how do people do this? So I walked out. I was like, I can't do this. And then they put me in the showers and then a rock treatment that we had to walk over rocks. That was torture. And then she goes, okay, walk into this ice dip and go all the way in. And so it stairs down. So you can get from your toe to the tippy top of your head. She was like, I want you to dip down. I could not. I got in. I got here to my neck. And she was like, put your head down. I was like, that's a no for me. Got out. My bone marrow was frozen. I was just like, how do people endure such a thing? And then the rest of it was nice because we were just in the big whirlpool of just nice water and jets. So that was cool.
What was the like purpose of this hot and cold and stepping on the rocks and whatever? I'm just curious.
I don't know. Something about pores.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
But also
something about opening the pores. I don't know.
Did you
I really only did it because the guy who was telling us about it kept coming up to us every day. He's like, you should do it. And it's included in your package. And I was like, if it's included, might as well. But yeah, it was nice. It felt, I wasn't necessarily super stressed, so it wasn't like a super stress relieving thing, but because I did it like the day before we left. So had I done it like the day we got there, maybe I would have felt more release of stress because it would be like the first day you got there. So, but it was wonderful. Everybody should do a resort if you're able to. Like, it was a great experience.
Now, can I ask you something about the spa experience?
Yes.
Were y'all naked?
No.
Okay.
Bathing suits.
That's good to know. Yeah. So, I live in LA, obviously, and there's a lot of Korean spas. Yes. And I've never done a Korean spa, partially because, so you have to be naked. For those who don't know, they're separated by gender, as Genny would say, separate but equal. There's a male side and a female side, and on each side the people there are naked, so you're getting your treatments done, they're like scrubbing your body, whatever, and you're naked. And it's not necessarily the idea of like being naked around the strangers that I'm like weird about. It's the fact that I know lots of people who go to these spas, and I would
Mm-hmm.
die if I ran into someone I knew at the Korean spa when I'm butt ass naked. I don't know why, but that just freaks me out. So I've never been, and I just feel like it's something I would like, and so I feel like I need to get over this at some point. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. Your body, your choice. I
Thank you.
I, I'm breaking all the hits today. I don't necessarily subscribe to most of that being naked. I mean, I don't know. It's not something I necessarily would want to be around too, especially my butt touching a place that someone else's butt was. And I know I clean my butt, but I don't know if that person cleans their butt. So that would freak me out.
Well, I do just want to say, and again, I haven't been there, but I've heard from other people, and like before you can go like naked and sit your butt on stuff, you have like a scrub down, like you're scrubbed raw, like to newborn baby
Oh,
status,
nope. Mm-mm.
before you then go
I'm re-
into the common areas and put your butt on stuff.
I'm really
So
sensitive. I'm skin. Sometimes these spas are too aggressive. And I
I
please these.
like it. I mean,
I'm like a little peach.
you're a Georgia
Bruce
peach.
easily. I'm a Georgia
I
peach.
bruise easily too, but I still want someone like when I get a massage, I'm like, get in there, get in. Like I want
Oof.
it hard.
I'm the
Step
anti.
on my back.
Do it as soft as possible. Make it
Oh
feel like
God, I want to scream when they're doing it. Also, I was like, God, what? Am I paying you or what? Come on.
when I got my nails done before, my pedicure done before I left, a woman was doing them for me in the salon. And I told her, I was like, I'm a little ticklish over there. She goes, don't worry, I'll do it softly. And she did. And it was the best pedicure I've ever had. She was not
See,
aggressive.
I guess we have different kinds of ticklish because I'm very ticklish, and to me, someone doing something softly to me is more ticklesome. It tickles me
It tickles.
more than if someone does it hard. Like if someone's massaging my back lightly, that is ticklish to me. If someone is giving me a pedicure softly, that is ticklish. I am so confused by your level of ticklishness.
No, nope. If it's too aggressive, I can't do it. Nope.
That's
Do it
so weird.
soft and put it in the water. That way it won't tickle me at all.
Do it soft.
Do it softly. That's it. But yeah, we didn't. I didn't do any of the other treatments because that wasn't included. But you could get this facial. You could do a massage. But I also didn't really want to spend that much time in the spa because I like being in the pool.
You're making me I'm excited for my trip, although
Yes.
ours is going to be, I think, less chill than yours.
Oh,
Because there are like 20 people going on this trip. And it's a bachelorette party, and most of the people are
20?
younger than I am. So I'm like,
Are you sharing
y'all
a
be
room?
cool. I am sharing a room. They know me. They know one of the great things about being the age that we are is that you don't feel peer pressure to like go and be involved in everything. Like I'll do what I want to do, and then I'll let them just like I have no qualms about just heading back to the room and going to sleep or whatever. So we'll see. But it'll be fun.
Yeah. So they had cute activities too. And one of my favorites, which my friends were like, oh, I don't know about that. And I was like, no, it's going to be great, is the silent party. And the
I
silent
saw you did
party
that.
is where you put headphones for folks who haven't seen it. You put headphones on and then you get music, different music channels that you can listen to. So if I'm listening to something and Julie's listening to something, it doesn't necessarily have to be the same thing. But if Julie sees me breaking it down and she's like, I want to know what Jelly's breaking it down to, then Julie goes to my channel and then we're both breaking it down. It was so fun. And the girls who were at first were like, oh, I don't know about that. You know, they were like, this was so fun. We're so happy we did it. Because especially if you don't like, you can control the volume of the music, one. You also don't have people necessarily bumping into you because they're just like grooving to their own little groove. And then as you're walking by, you don't have headphones. It's hilarious. Greatest thing ever. So do the activities as you find them appropriate and get all the drinks because they just keep giving you drinks. It's amazing.
Yeah, I gotta start training my liver. I think that's a good little segue into our film this week, since it also takes
Yes.
place at a resort.
This is a great movie.
Would you like to intro us to this
I
movie?
will. Yeah, a seat on screen. We watched Shotgun Wedding, the new movie by Jennifer Lopez and Josh Duhamel on.
Duhamel. I don't think it's not Deschamel. I just want to say I don't. I feel like
Josh.
you say it like it rhymes with bechamel, which is. Let's just call him Josh.
Josh and Jay, and Jennifer Coolidge was also in it, and Cheech Martin, like that was cool, Martin, and that was
it's Marin, but okay.
Oh, my bad.
I mean, I don't know if he goes by Marin or Marin, but it's not Martin. Okay. Anyway, we're just butchering everything.
Cheech wasn't there. So it was, to me, I thought it was a funny movie, and the premise here is that Jennifer, I can't even tell you their real names in the movie.
Darcy, I have them written down, okay?
Oh, you wrote them down. Darcy
Jennifer,
and
no, it's Darcy and Tom.
Tom. Darcy and Tom. And then, so they're getting married because J.Lo loves a wedding. I found a TikTok that said she's been a bride in 8 films.
Oh my God.
Isn't that wild?
8? Wait, 8. We should watch all of them.
Yes.
The J.Lo wedding cinematic universe.
Cinematic universe. Oh my God. And I actually don't think that they included Jersey Girl, which she is a bride in there. She's just not in the rest of the movie.
Oh, I never saw Jersey Girl.
Yeah,
or Julie either. But anyway,
Julie's not great.
Yeah, go ahead.
Anyways,
go ahead.
Anyways, the premise here is that Darcy and Tom have invited their family to a resort in the Philippines to get married over the weekend, and all of a sudden there are pirates that join the party, and now Darcy and Tom not only need to save themselves, but their family from the pirates that have infected the island during their wedding weekend. Mm-hmm. I thought this movie was hilarious. I messaged Julie and I was like, oh my God, it's so much better than I thought it would be. I laughed out loud. Oh God, it was great. But Julie then responded in a different way than I thought.
Well, this is the problem. And again, I think it all comes down to expectations. Because
okay, why do you have them?
What?
Let's start there. Why do you have expectations? Be mad at yourself.
You know what? That is fair. And I will say that before I got your text, my expectations were low. But your text was like, I loved it. And I was like, oh, okay. So then I got excited to watch it. And I think I got too excited. I didn't hate this movie. Let's just start there. I thought that this movie was definitely better than Marry Me. Because I thought Marry Me is J.Lo's last wedding movie. Mm-hmm. I thought it was better than Marry Me, but Marry Me was not a good movie. So
it wasn't great.
It's not that hard to be better. And I thought the cast of this movie was phenomenal. Mm-hmm. But overall, so this movie was fine. I'll just say that. It wasn't like offensively terrible. But it wasn't, I wouldn't say it was hilarious. There was a few times I laughed. Jennifer Coolidge just makes everything better.
She's so funny.
Side note, it's so weird that she's playing Josh. I don't know if it's Duhamel, whatever. Josh Bechamel. That she's playing his mom because she's only 11 years older than he is.
It do
she's
like that.
60. Oh, that's the other thing. She's 61. J.Lo and Josh are playing.
Oh yeah, 40-year-old. 40-year-old. I could not when I heard her say that. I was
fine. I think
you just want another excuse to be in a dress, girl. Just say that. Say that.
But that's the thing, and I guess we don't need to spoil like a ton of it. We'll give some spoilers, but we won't like give the whole plot. I think that it could have been a cool or interesting movie if this was like the second wedding for one or both of them, because they are both in their 50s, the actual actors. Like that could have been cool, but instead they were kind of just playing it like this was the first wedding for both of them, which is fine. I am not trying to say that everyone will be married by the time they're, 40. Like, I know that's not true. Hell, I probably won't be married by the time I'm 40. weddings are expensive. So I get it, but I just thought, especially because J.Lo is this person who's been married a few times, it could be a fun thing for her to explore in the J.Lo wedding cinematic universe, like second weddings, that sort of thing. But yeah, I just thought, so it's kind of similar to that movie Lost City, the Sandra Bullock, Channing Tatum one.
Yes, very similar.
Although in that movie they're not a couple when they start. In this movie, Tom and Darcy are a couple. Obviously, it's the eve of their wedding, but as we learn, they have been having problems for a bit. So as the movie goes on, they're like, the cracks in their relationship become exposed and their relationship is tested, and then it's like, oh no, will they even get to get married, blah blah blah.
Right.
One thing that I will spoil, just because I thought it was so weird, this happens fairly early in the movie, that part where Tom and Darcy are in a fight, and Darcy slaps him in the face.
Oh yeah, that was weird.
I was like, that's like a weird red flag. Like, why are you being violent for no reason? It's never addressed at all. I just think,
other than that she used the ring to cut his face.
We're better than that. I just feel like it's 2000. What is the year? 2023.
Wow.
Is that
Get
correct?
It together? Yes, it's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was weird. That was weird. Someone asked me, would I consider this a rom-com? And I was like, well, it's not like in the traditional formula, because they are the issue separating them actually keeps them together, if that makes sense. So it's not really like a will they, won't they situation, because they're literally just trying to survive. So we need to know if they're going to live before anything else happens. But I really enjoyed it because I thought J.Lo definitely is more of a comedic actress. I thought this was one of her better roles that she's had. And funnily enough, when thinking about the time she's wearing a wedding dress, she actually doesn't get married that many times in the films.
Well,
she just kind of wears the wedding dress. So it was definitely giving vibes of the Lost City. And I was like, I can understand why they're, obviously this happens a lot where they make kind of similar movies. But I thought it was really funny. Josh, though, I think it was kind of unrealistic too, him being a groomzilla, especially if this is like their first wedding. It just felt like that was kind of, that doesn't,
it was very forced. Like part of his thing is that he's like over the top planning this wedding. And I think that idea of like flipping the gender expectations is fun. Like they could have played around with that, but it wasn't enough of the movie to be necessary. So then it was just kind of like thrown in, and he's like, I saw this on Etsy, and I'm like, okay, yes. I don't believe that you're a groomzilla. Like you planned a destination wedding. Like it's actually very hard to micromanage when you're not in the same place. So that's weird. Also, as far as considering it a rom-com, my God, that alarm is still going off.
At this point I thought it's just now part of us.
Oh yeah, I guess so. So you're right, it's not a rom-com in the sense of like we're following this couple as they meet each other and fall in love, whatever. But I would say it is still a rom-com in that we are sort of tracking their relationship and will they or won't they? And your point of like, well, the question is, will they or won't they be alive at the end of this because they're being tracked down by pirates? I get that, and that's obviously the case, but in a way, the main A story of them running away from these pirates on the island or whatever is mirroring the survival of their relationship, if that makes sense. So like the only way for them to get out alive is to work together and like rekindle their love and blah blah blah, and then it's like a rom-com, whatever. There's too many characters also, and I felt like
I love that even more because they were so random.
Okay, I love characters. What was it? TNT that they used to say characters welcome. Was that TNT or USA?
USA
or FX? USA. I don't know. One of them.
USA, because I used to watch a show on there. Psych.
Yeah, characters welcome. I love characters. but they felt shoehorned into the script to the point where a lot of the characters, I assume, in an earlier draft of the script or earlier cut of the film, had bigger roles and they got cut down. Because then we just have like a random line that someone like J.Lo or Darcy's sister and the groomsmen. That was just weird. I didn't think that their story even needed to get any attention at all. Lenny Kravitz is in this movie. Just a fun thing to let you guys
Hilarious.
know.
Hilarious point in the movie. I love all these random characters, particularly the random cousin who's wearing white. And they're like,
That
"Oh, the
was very
bride's
funny.
here," and they're like, "Oh no, I'm not the bride. I just thought it was okay to wear white to a wedding." No, you did, and I
Yeah,
just
that was
it
funny.
was great. Lenny Kravitz. Can we also talk about how he probably was probably older than J.Lo and Josh, but looks so young. Like
Is
I don't.
he?
Is he aging backwards? I
I'm
don't.
gonna look him up. I feel like he's in his 50s also, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
I
not that
believe
much
he
older.
is.
Oh shit, he's 58.
There it is. See, older.
Yeah, that's
And
wild.
I mean, I think he wears a lot of sunscreen. I'm just gonna put it out there
I
because he
mean,
just looks like a little supple baby, and it's kind of crazy. Kind of
he
crazy.
yeah, he's definitely on the J.Lo aging plan. Um, oh, did
It just stopped, but I just think
the alarm stopped? No,
it's
it
a
stopped.
backing up of a truck, and I think it's gonna back up more. I think we're getting
Well,
played right now.
one thing that was funny. So again, no spoilers, but Lenny Kravitz plays uh Darcy's ex in this, and Tom is really intimidated by him. I don't
So
know if anyone else noticed this, but when they introduced Lenny Kravitz's character and they were like, "This is my ex Sean," I was like, "Sean, J Lo dated P Diddy, whose real name is Sean Combs," and I just thought that was funny. And I turned to Richard, I was watching it with him, and he was like, "J Lo dated Puff Daddy," and I was like,
wait a minute, Richard. What was he a baby during the
"No,"
90s?
I was like, "Were
I know
you in
he's
a
younger,
coma?"
so
He's not. No, Jenny, we were born in the same year.
oh,
Um, the thing is, and I'm sure he's listening to this. He knows I would talk about this. Um, he was like, I was truly, my mind was blown. Again, we've been together for almost
97 years.
15 years. And
84
so,
years.
and so I've known, I know that like some of the pop culture markers that like I consider, obvious are things that he didn't grow up with because his parents didn't let them watch MTV. Like he didn't really do a lot of like pop culture stuff. I think he was only allowed to watch CMT honestly for a long time, which I
There's no
know.
drama there.
I know. And like what like hot young celebrities are going on CMT?
I
Nobody.
mean,
Not
maybe
back then.
Taylor
Not back
Swift.
then. Maybe
Taylor
now, but
Swift,
not
maybe.
not back then.
But I mean, any coverage on Reba is my favorite.
Reba.
My
We're gonna
words.
just have to mention her in every episode.
Just love her.
So I knew that he didn't know a lot of pop culture stuff, but honestly, this J-Lo Diddy revelation that he did not know that was baffling to me because I was like, this to me transcended just like regular MTV pop culture. This was everywhere. This was People Magazine. This was
I
all
mean,
over the place. And he was like, I truly had no
call
idea.
call J Lo untalented. Call her whatever you want. J Lo is a headliner and will bring news. Her dating P Diddy was big news. Her breaking up with P Diddy was big news.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I mean, the whole thing. J Lo knows how to bring headlines and just time and time
You heard
again.
it here first, folks.
Yep.
This movie was again, it was fine. It just like
I thought it was funny. Y'all should go watch it. It was great. It was hilarious.
Richard was very mad at this movie. Like,
why? Oh my. Okay. Did
so
he go
you
in
think
with expectations?
no, he went in with no expectations because I didn't tell him that you liked it. I think my expectations were higher for him, but he has general expectations for movies. And he was so mad at the dynamic between Darcy and Tom because this is not a spoiler. At a certain point, the pirates come and they, are taking the guests hostage, and Tom and Darcy are like trying to run away or work together, blah blah blah. And they're really bad at working together. Like they cannot communicate. That's part of their issue. And Richard just thought it was like unbelievable, like that these people would be so bad at all of the things required to run away from pirates on an island. And I told him, I was like, yeah, because he was like, well, this is common sense. You wouldn't do this to knock such and such out. I was like, well, a few things. One, it is a romantic comedy. It's not like a survival documentary. But also, I think you greatly overestimate a regular person's skill in evading pirates. Because I know good and well, if pirates were just suddenly taking over, my wedding or whatever, I would not only would I make like dumb decisions because I don't know stuff, I would make even one level removed from dumb decisions, like decisions that a baby wouldn't make, because that's how my brain works when I'm under stress. So I was like, I'm sorry, I think I would be these people if this happened to us. But he was so mad about it.
I don't understand. I mean, how many of us have had pirate training? I mean,
that's what I'm saying. I was like, I need to read some books or something.
Watch Veggie Tales, and
I did not watch Veggie Tales.
Pirates.
Did you watch Veggie Tales?
Just saw like an episode of it.
Oh, I was like, I didn't watch that shit.
All I'm saying is,
you think I was watching Christian Vegetables?
Maybe you should have been, and we wouldn't be in this predicament right now. You arguing about how you would tackle a pirate. My thing is, I know the movie was funny. I thought it was funny that they were unable.
What did you think was funny? What were you like?
So many parts were so funny. First of all,
so funny. It was so funny.
Yes, so funny.
So funny.
When they're trying to figure out how to attack the pirate, and he's like, "Okay, I'll throw the net over, and then you spray him in the face." And he goes, "That's too many steps." And she was adamant it was too many steps. And then when it fails, he goes, "Yeah, that was too many steps." And then got hit in the eyeball because of the damn spray. That was so funny. The movie was funny to me. It was one of the funniest movies that she did.
It was
one of the funniest movies she's did.
That J.Lo has done. Okay, well, yes. That bar is low. It was, and that was a funny part. I don't know. And honestly,
I mean, not the whole movie was funny. I was very clear. I laughed out loud in some parts, not all the parts. I thought when Lenny was in scenes, I thought those were funny too.
I laughed a lot at Jennifer Coolidge because she's a gem. Like, she cracked me up.
She's hilarious.
She's a national treasure.
Have you seen her take over J.Lo's phone?
No.
J.Lo posted it on her Instagram, and it's just so funny because it's just like, she goes, I'm in J.Lo's room. I'm looking at her stuff. Let me find out her secrets. Like, it's so Jennifer Coolidge.
She's so like, cute. I love her.
Hilarious.
Yeah, I laughed at her, and what else did I laugh at? I think I wrote some notes, but it was funny to me to like watch them like have to do things that they wouldn't do in their real life, like maybe definitely kill a pirate, because they were like, did we kill him? Because he, like, their reaction was just very funny to me.
Was so
but
funny.
Yeah, overall, it's fine. I think Lost City was better. Honestly, wait, dude, did I enjoy Ticket to Paradise more?
No, ain't no way. Also, what is
I may have actually.
Here?
I know. I was like, wait,
older actors at resorts? Is that?
And those are the most recent movies. Like, those are the new movies that we've done. Apparently that's the formula now. A fun fact about this movie is that the Tom character was originally cast as Armie Hammer.
Oh, well,
and Armie Hammer, no, he was replaced in this by Josh, whatever his last name is, because allegations came out about him being like a groomer, a sexual, like there was some sexual misconduct, and also he's like into cannibalism. So, but I just thought it was so weird because I could not picture him in this role. Like, I think Josh did a fine job with the role he was given. Although there was part of me that was like, okay, I know Lenny Kravitz is attractive, but like, Josh, aka Tom, is not like an unattractive man. Like, he's tall, he's fit, and he was acting like he was a schlub. And I was like, no, let's hold on a second.
Well, I think most of it was him not being able to, like him being on the, what is it? Not getting the baseball thing that he was doing, like whatever he was trying to get. And he was
He was in
like,
the minor leagues and he didn't get his contract renewed.
yeah. And so Sean was like, oh, if you keep it up, maybe you'll be a coach one day, which is so disrespectful,
But
but so
it's
true.
not false. Like, this man is allegedly 40 years old in the minor leagues. Like, I'm sorry, man, it's not going to happen. It's not realistic.
Well,
Anyway, whatever.
have a dream, have a
That's it.
hope. That's where I'm at. Thought it was funny. Y'all watch it. It's available to stream on Prime Video. And I say good call to these people who are doing the contracts to stream them. A lot of folks who are doing the only theater aren't really like coming out on top anymore. So shout out to the
Yeah.
streamers. Also, did you
Well, I
see my
guess.
message?
Oh, yeah, I did. Sorry, I didn't respond.
There comes a time in every millennial's life where you've been kicked off of somebody's profile. And I just wasn't ready for it to be the day for me.
Speaking of logins, Netflix did say that they're going to start charging for sharing logins, which
in March.
I don't like that. And also, you and I have talked about this, but the amount of subscriptions I pay for is astronomical. But also, the amount of subscriptions I pay for my family, things I don't use, but I continue to pay for them because I know they use them. I'm like, why am I ever giving y'all gifts for shit? Like, I've been paying, I have paid Netflix since Netflix existed. Wow. My entire family has used it. Like, I feel like I need more credit. I don't know. I pay for Amazon Music just because that's what my mom listens to. Meanwhile, I'm also paying for Tidal. Meanwhile, I'm on your Apple Music. Like, what? I don't need all these music streaming services.
At least that's a gift. You know what I mean? Shout out to my brother for taking care of Netflix. We haven't had a conversation about what it's going to look like when he has to pay extra for me in March, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I will cancel it, honestly, unless I start getting some money from my family.
Not the monies.
I'm sorry. Anyway, that was a little detour. Let's move on.
Oh God! Now she's upset. Look, she said the way she said, "Let's move on." She didn't say it nicely. We're not moving on. We're moving on.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm sorry. Let's move on, Genny.
What did you find on the internet this week? Do we have any
very natural
AITAs?
Yes, we do.
Aita.
I only saw the headline of this one and I didn't read it, but I immediately clicked on it because it's about cousins. And
we're cousins.
Thank you. It's about cousins and weddings or like bachelorette stuff, and it's got a lot of comments. So I have not read this. Ooh. It says,
well, let me get my popcorn.
Okay. Am I the asshole for telling my cousin she can't run off to do her own thing when she was late to dinner on my bachelorette trip? Okay. I, 30 female, am getting married soon, and I went to New York for my bachelorette trip recently. There were 8 of us, including my cousin, Haley, 33 female, who's one of my bridesmaids. We were only there for a couple of days, and there were a few different things we wanted to do. Also, I only asked people to pay for their flight and hotel share. I paid for everything else. I made early dinner reservations for everyone on our last night, and we were going somewhere else after. Haley mentioned that day that she wanted to go visit a cemetery to pay her respects. Edit, it was to visit her late husband. I said, okay, but to be back in time to go to dinner. I made the reservations for 5, hella early dinner, and it was already 4:30, but Haley wasn't back at the hotel. A couple of us called, but she didn't pick up, and she sent a text saying she was running late and she would meet us at the restaurant. She ended up coming close to 6. I talked to I
Now I'm bad. Ooh, okay, keep going.
Now she's bad.
This Haley hater. Ooh.
Okay. I talked to her later about being so late and managing her time better. Haley made an excuse, but I replied that this was supposed to be a girls' trip, not a trip so she can go run off and do her own thing without thinking of anyone else. Ooh, no. She got pretty upset and we flew back the next day, but she kept quiet. And my sister said she saw her crying. I did text her later, but she left it on read. My sister thinks I shouldn't have said that to her, but a couple of the other girls agree that Haley shouldn't have been late. Am I the asshole?
Yes, you're a fucking asshole.
Y'all, she was at the cemetery visiting her late husband.
I am distraught. I am distraught. This is why. Oh my god! And first of all, who eats dinner at 5? Are you like 94?
She said they're 30 years old. I'm like, okay, I eat dinner early on a weekday, but even if I'm on vacation, like I'll push it a little bit. 5 o'clock is quite early.
Yes, too early. That's a late lunch sometimes. Ma'am, no, she is definitely an asshole.
Oh my god, I was not expecting this twit. Like when she was like she went to the cemetery to visit her late husband.
You know what? I bet she didn't even tell the other bridesmaids that's what it is, because the way she like hid it in here, so the other bridesmaids do think she was probably doing whatever she was doing.
They probably think she was out like on a Tinder date or something.
Oh,
meanwhile, your cousin is a widow, and I'm sure her being part of your wedding already is like bringing stuff up for her, probably because she's a widow at 33 years old.
Right.
I can't. No.
And
that's upsetting.
I mean, oh my god! I mean, I'm just like so emotional about this.
I feel like I'm gonna cry. Like I feel like I'm straight up,
and
my eyes are watery.
And it's mainly because I'm thinking about Grandma. That's why. Like, because Grandma's buried in New York, and if I were going to New York for something and we're gonna be there, I would like to go visit the grave. Like, how dare her? What a terrible cousin. I am
the worst cousin. She doesn't deserve the title of cousin, to be honest.
She is not. She is a half cousin. It's twice removed. Oh my god.
It's so upsetting, and like regardless, okay, let's just boil it down. Let's just remove she went to the cemetery to visit her dead husband. So let's just say she was late to dinner because she was doing her own thing. That's still honestly just something you have to deal with. Like, she's an adult woman and she was late, and you can be like, hey, like maybe they didn't seat everyone. Like she doesn't mention that in the post, so I don't even think that's the case, but whatever. Maybe they didn't seat you all because your whole party wasn't there. You could say like, oh, that sucks, but like you just let it go because that's what adults do. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not your child. You can't manage my schedule. People are late for things.
Right.
But then when you bring in,
she was still only closer to
not
6.
even an hour.
So not even an hour. So she was probably there at 5:37.
Yeah, she wasn't even an hour late. And putting this context back in, so many things could have happened. She could have just been overwhelmed by emotion and needed time to process before going to your fucking bachelorette dinner. Ew, I hate this. This is upsetting.
It was so upsetting.
I'm sorry.
Oh my, what are the comments saying too? Because they also have to agree she is an asshole.
Well, so another reason I clicked on this is, so I saw the title and then I could see how many comments there were, and this was posted earlier today and there was already almost 3,000 comments, which means it has blown up. And everyone's like, you're an asshole, blah, blah, blah. Like, have some compassion. Like, everyone agrees, like, this is asshole behavior for real.
Can we find Haley? Yeah. I just want to say, I am upset. Wow.
This person says, I'm willing to bet that the reason Haley was late to dinner was because she was bawling her eyes out in her husband's grave. This might be the only time since she was selected as a bridesmaid that she was able to let it all out, since we can only assume she's been keeping herself together this entire time. Then the OP original poster yaps about time management. How I wish we could all time manage grief. Oh, you're the asshole. I know.
Wow. I don't know. I was unexpected. Did not know. I am so emotional about this. Haley, girl, I don't know if you're ever going to find us on the little big old internet sea. But if you do, just know we are on your side.
Seriously, I'm so sorry.
Wow.
If you were late to my bachelorette for any reason, I would be like, okay, I'd probably be late too.
Right, we're gonna both be late.
I don't expect people to be on time for things.
Right, no one's ever on time for anything, and then you're gonna be mad at her and tell her she needs to manage her time better.
Mm-mm.
Oh, sorry, I'm
So
literally
upsetting.
distraught. Are you kidding me?
Someone else was like, I'm willing to bet that if Haley had just showed up on time, like bawling her eyes out, then the bride would be like,
Right,
she's the asshole for coming and ruining my birthday or my
right.
bachelorette dinner, crying through my dinner. Like, you can't have it both ways. Calm down. The
No,
world does
you
not
can't.
revolve around you, and becoming a bride does not mean you have to put away basic empathy and compassion. Like,
Right.
you could still be a person. You're not a robot.
Stop it. Stop it. I'm so sick
Okay.
of weddings. I am so
I
sick
know.
of them. Oh.
Tell J.Lo, make a divorce movie, goddammit.
J.Lo, make a thriving divorce movie. You can do it. You can do
Yes,
it.
yes.
Thriving.
All right. Well, I'm gonna read this other one because that one was sad. And
Yes.
I also haven't read this one either, so we'll see.
Oh God, let me prepare
Am
myself.
it doesn't have it's about a husband, so I was like, oh whatever.
Trash.
I know. am I am I the asshole for complaining after I asked to join my husband on his business trips? I already feel like you're an asshole. Wait.
Why are you guys making us okay?
Why are you on his business trip? Maybe he travels a lot. I don't know. Okay. My husband and I hadn't been spending much time together, even though we've only been married for 4 months. So I asked him if I could join him on his business trip. It took some convincing because he thought I would be bored the whole time, but he eventually agreed. He was supposed to be in Berlin for a week, but it somehow turned into him going to 5 different countries in 9 days. It was awful, and I was severely jet lagged the entire time, so I felt like crap. I don't know how he and everybody else were coping with the travel, but I told him I wanted to go home because I couldn't keep up with his schedule. After a lot of arguing, he did eventually slow the pace down, and we went home earlier than he would have liked, even though I told him I could go home by myself. During the argument, he said I shouldn't complain because I invited myself along, and he was trying to get all of this work out of the way for me. He has to go on another trip in a few days, and he told me I couldn't go because of what happened last time, even though I wasn't planning to ask. Was I the asshole?
Yes, because it sounds like you're upset that you didn't have a luxury vacation whilst this man was working. So
Working!
that's where I'm like, you're the asshole here because you invited yourself and then are complaining about the schedule when it's not a vacation, ma'am. This is it is a actual work trip. And as somebody who does work trips, they are not that fun. The only time you do have is between your last meeting and before you go to bed. And you typically just want to get a drink or maybe some food in you so you can go to sleep and catch up. You're a jerk, ma'am. Get over it. You know, my thing is, I don't like these things, these revelations, as if you did not know who you were marrying.
Yeah, I'm just so confused because so when I chose this and I literally just read am I the asshole for complaining after I asked to join my husband on a business trip, I thought so I first of all didn't read it correctly. I thought it was that they had asked to join the business trip and the husband didn't want them to go and was like shady about it and maybe there was like cheating or whatever. No, it wasn't that. The husband was literally like, you're going to be bored. This is not a good idea. I'm trying to spare you. And then you force yourself there anyway and then have the nerve to complain about the literal job that he's doing. This wasn't an itinerary that a travel agent made for you. This is his job.
What do you mean we have to go to 5 different countries in 9 days?
Calm down. People are the worst. Oh, well.
Burgerd. Do you know where I have to go to work? Do you know where I'm going? Do you want to go to Southwest Mississippi? Get over yourself. And you know what? There's going to be a different time zone, and I'm going to wake up, I'm going to do my work, I'm going to get it done. Nobody's going to want to join that trip. Probably it's not going to be a vacation. It is a work trip. I go, I see what's happening, I do my job. You don't do that. You don't just first of all, you just don't join people's trips expecting them to be at your whim. That's dumb. Like, no.
Yeah.
Don't ever do that.
Richard he travels for work sometimes now, but he used to travel for work a lot. And I never joined him. There was a few times where he would like invite me along, but the expectation was, and still is, if I do decide to join, first of all, he's always going to be in a hotel, and usually his trips are just to one place. So, for instance, if he's going to the Southwest and it's the summertime, he's going to be at the hotel, or he'll be at work all day. I could stay at the hotel and just be by the pool. He was like, if you want just a chance to get away and go to the pool for a weekend or a week or whatever. I never go just because it's too hard to like deal with the dog and stuff, and I don't want to board him just for that. But I would fully go with the expectation that I wouldn't see him during the day the same way I don't always see him during the day now, because he is working. Like, I would entertain myself, and I wouldn't complain about the accommodations or anything, because again, it is a work trip.
It is a work trip, ma'am.
Anyway, well, two assholes. 2 out of 2 assholes.
Right.
Ugh. Sorry.
Well. Let's move on from there and go to what brought you joy, or what are you looking forward to this week?
What brought me joy? Oh, so Richard and I get influenced by the internet a lot. Well. More so him lately, because he looks at a lot of TikToks that are like food related.
Oh my god.
And TikTok. I know, TikTok. So he's always like, I saw this thing on TikTok. I'm like, first of all, nobody has to say, you don't have to say where you saw the thing anymore. Like, y'all, we know it was TikTok, or it was reels of a TikTok, or it was Facebook of a TikTok of a reel, or whatever.
But it's usually never the New York Times.
Right. Like, just specify if it was like a legit publication. Like, I was reading The Atlantic and I saw, sure, then you could say it. Trash. Everything else, we know you got it from a meme. Like, it's okay. But I digress. So sometimes we'll TikTok together. Like, we'll look at the same device, and we saw one.
Wait, of like one device, 2 people sitting next to each other?
Well, sometimes, yeah. Like, I'll just like lay my head on his chest and we'll just TikTok together. What? Wow, is that weird?
So kind of lonely for me. I'm not.
I mean,
it's adorable. It's adorable.
We TikTok apart too. Also, I like my algorithm better than his. Sometimes he's got a lot of like fishing stuff too. I'm like, your algorithm's not as fun as mine, but he does get more like food things than I do. Anyway, we saw this girl who lives in Santa Monica, which is not too far from us, and she was talking about this market that she goes to. It's this Iranian market, and she was like, she showed this big thing. It's called blanket bread. They call it blanket bread. It's got a real name, but that's whatever. And on Friday night, we were like, what should we do for dinner? And we decided we were just going to take a little adventure, go to this Iranian grocery store that we've never been to, and just bought a bunch of shit, including a blanket bread that was like 3 feet long. And a bunch of like seasoned like meats and stuff for us to cook. Like, we got some lamb and whatever. And first of all, the food was delicious. The market is adorable. It wasn't like cramped or anything. It was large, and they had so much stuff. We got a lot of dips, really into dips. And it was just a cute little, like, we did a date night of like trying this new market and getting all this food that we've never had. So that was fun. All because of a TikTok. So thanks.
TikTok
China.
Be talking and ticking.
We obviously live together and have been together for a long time, but we do sometimes try to like do little things that most people would not consider to be adventures, but even if we're doing something mundane, sometimes we'll be like date night, and then it just becomes more exciting. Ew, that was so sincere and disgusting. I'm so sorry. Oh my god.
Oh my god, relax. It's
Ew.
cool. It's cool.
Oh my god, people are gonna think I have a functional relationship. I can't. I don't, as far as looking forward to things, girl, I don't even know. Like, I got nothing. I'm sorry. My brain is just like,
that's real.
I'm trying to live in the moment.
That's real.
Anyway, what about you? What brought you joy / what are you looking forward to? Either or.
Oh my god, what brought me joy? So there is a pro room that it's like a little event space called Karaoke Gigante. It was the play of like Sábado Gigante, and it was so fun. It was my first time going last Thursday, And I was just like, I'm just going to go. I didn't know who I would come with. I was just like, I'm going. But I eventually told some people and they were like, no, I'll join you. So it is a play on Sábado Gigante for folks who never watched that growing up. That was a variety show on Univision. And when there was somebody who was a bad singer or a bad performer, they would have to check on and he would do a trumpet and then get off stage if they were bad. So they incorporated that, and I was so happy that they did not do it when I was on stage.
Oh
They
my God,
loved
that makes me so stressed. Did they do it to anyone?
They did. They did it to about 5 people, and they needed to go. They needed to go, but it was so fun, and it was like mostly. So the folks who set it up, they've created like a space for Latinx, queer, non-binary folks to just like, do and be. And so it was my first time going in support. And my friend was actually there. She partnered with them to get books for little library. And I was like, oh my God, this is so cute. So, your stuff is going to good stuff and supporting the community. And it was just really fun. And it was just the amount of energy that was in that room just like quadrupled. I got there around 8 o'clock. By midnight when I left, it was just like people were just dancing, laughing. I started a salsa party on the stage. They were like, come up here, Jenny with a G. And it was just like such great energy. So shout out to Oye Fest who set that up. So it was really cool. And then I was able to then do another karaoke night the next night with Manny and Dina after we did our Berry College alumni event. So it was cool. I was like, look at us out, So that was real. That both brought me joy. And then, what am I looking forward to? So, as you know, I'm into puzzles. I've found that sometimes I get frustrated with puzzles. So I'm right now working on a puzzle that's frustrating me. It's a Friends theme, and it's perfect. This is the box. So you see, it's different shots of the scenes, but one little face here matches a face here, and I'm like, wait, does it go here? Does it go here? I can't tell. It's driving me crazy. Why does Joey have such large eyebrows that they look like eyeballs? And why are there two wedding dresses so I can't distinguish which wedding dress is which? And I hate it, and I'm so mad.
So which part of that were you looking forward to?
Finishing it.
Okay. I was like, is this a rant?
It's a rant, but I'm also looking
forward. I love that. You're manifesting it.
Yes.
Whenever you talk about puzzles, I think about Winston from New Girl, which we're watching, as I mentioned. We just watched an episode, or the episode where he learns that he's colorblind. And then that's why he's so bad at puzzles.
Such a good show. I don't understand how.
My favorite line, which actually doesn't make sense, but so we learned that Winston is colorblind and that he is mixing up brown and green. And Schmidt goes, Winston, if you think your green shoes are brown, what color do you think you are?
Oh, God.
So stupid.
So stupid. It's so stupid.
That's what I thought of when you said puzzling. Wait, I have a question about the... Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No.
Oh, I had a question about the karaoke gigante thing that you were talking about. Because that sounds really fun, but also like very anxiety inducing because you don't want to get kicked off. For the people who did get kicked off, were they kicked off, do you think, because they picked a bad song or because they were bad singers or they just didn't have the energy? Like, why do you think, what was the reason behind that?
Mostly a not best song choice and not good performance. So not necessarily that they were not great singers. It's karaoke, so you don't have to be, but
that's what I was confused by. I was like, I'm not good at singing. No.
And then it was time constraints too, because sometimes these songs are really long. And so they're like, y'all gotta go. But one time, and this it was a little bit because of me, but I was like, we should play bachata, like, because I was kind of close to the DJ. The DJ has met me before. Well, there's two DJs. One, he knows me better than the other, and I was like, y'all should do a bachata. And then some random girls go up there. Obviously, they're all random. I don't know any of them. And then they pick like the most obscure bachata song that's ever existed. Like when you think bachata, I automatically go to Romeo. Somebody would know
Mm-hmm.
him. Maybe Prince Royce, possibly,
Royce.
possibly Toby Love. If you really want to get into it, Juan Luis Guerra, right? Like Bachata Rose. Like there are so many songs. They picked this random ass song, so we were like, not in 2023 picking this random ass song. So everybody was like, boo, boo. And then that's when they did it.
Wow.
But then it wasn't like no one felt, I don't think that anybody felt bad. It was just kind of like, ooh, crap.
Okay.
But when I went, I did 2 songs. My first one was Mi Mayor Venganza, which is like taking over TikTok right now because
English, I do not know that song.
From La India?
Maybe if I heard it, but I don't know the name. Yeah.
Mi mayor venganza será que te quedes con él. Anyway, so that song has been trending on TikTok for non-Spanish speakers because they're like, I don't know what they're saying, but I know she's saying some fire. And it's true. La India, her lyrics are very much like, F that man. He is trash. I am better without him. I'm tired of being second. Like La India is that B, okay? And she's been dropping lyrics like this since I was a baby. But it was so much fun. So much fun. And I've been trying to go since they started it last year. But obviously my aversion about being near people was really like, stopping me. But there's some weeks that I'm just like, I'm super human and I'm going to be fine and I'm going to go out and have a great time. And that was last week. This week, I'm like, I guess I should stay in the house.
Well, it's only Monday, so I'm sure you'll be out in the streets as you do. Thanks for listening to Get Funny.
We hope you laughed.
But if you didn't,
we did.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
We killed it.
Crushed it.